Hi, I'm Veronica Vance. Coming up, we visit a Civil War reenactment at Wolcott Mill Metropark. Take a look at a biannual event in Midtown called Dlectricity, and then we check out the Detroit Zoo in the fall, so stay tuned.
Production funding for this program was made possible by the Detroit Metro Convention and Visitors Bureau, driving tourism growth in Metro Detroit since 1896. More information is available at visitdetroit.com.
Metro Detroit has 13 Metro Parks, but 2 of them are in Macomb County. We've got Stony Creek Metro Park, which has tons of great trails for biking, hiking, beautiful trees for the fall colors. Then we've got Wolcott Mill Metropark, which is in Ray Township. That's comprised of 2 areas. We've got the Farm Center, where in the fall you can go out on a hayride, pick pumpkins. They've got a real live working farm there. And then we've got the Grist Historic Mill, where they have lots of activities going on throughout the fall and throughout every weekend actually, but we're here this weekend for a Civil War reenactment. It happens every year in the fall and it's a great time to be had, so let's go check it out.
It's a great time and one of our biggest events, and we usually have about 400 or 500 reenactors come out here. And people do enjoy it. A lot of great things going on all the time here. People get to see some demonstrations of the musket firing, cannon firing. We have a lot of crafts that are going on. They demonstrate things that would have been done at that time of the year.
Well, Bill, this looks like an adventurous place, and I'm going to go take a look around.
Okay, well, I hope you come back again, because we have a lot of things going on here, and we're the best kept secret in the Metro Parks.
So Dave, you're kind of in charge of this whole event here, and we're standing out here in the middle of the park. What camp are we in?
We have now entered the federal camp. This weekend, the Federals are reenacting the 4th Michigan Infantry Regiment. What we're doing is we're portraying the 4th Michigan and their actions in and around Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Basically what you're seeing here, and if you look over in the camp, the individuals who are reenacting this have actually reproduced the original uniforms that the 4th Michigan Infantry wore, would have been in September of 1862.
This is actually what they wore?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about your uniform then?
My sack coat is a standard federal issue sack coat, blue wool. It is lined. Some are, some are not. They're not as hot as people think they are. Trousers, also standard federal issue. Early in the war, the 4th Michigan wore dark trousers. The hat is unique. It's called a Canada hat. Many of the men wearing this style of hat.
I'd like to show you the regimentals of the 4th Michigan Infantry. Now the 4th Michigan Reenactment Group purchased an original blank that was left over from the Civil War, and they actually hand painted what the words and the pictures were on the original flag.
Touching a piece of history.
Oh yes, it's unbelievable. The interesting thing about today was we literally had crowds following us as we moved in and out of the different battlefield scenarios that we were participating in today.
So visitors get to get up close and personal even during the battles and
absolutely.
the fighting?
They're always welcome in the camps. They're always welcome in the civilian areas. Anyone here is more than happy to explain their portion of the history that we're portraying here this weekend.
So what are we standing in here?
This would be an exact replica of a Civil War field hospital. This particular one is a Confederate hospital, and it's here in support of the sponsoring company here, which is the 4th Texas Infantry.
Okay.
All of the equipment that you see around here is authentic, or it's an authentic reproduction of the tools the physicians would have used during the war.
Well, so now, Dave, we're in the area called Sisters of the Union. So what does this mean? What was their role?
The Sisters of the Union, what this group of reenactors does is they authentically cook, authentically sew, they dye yarn. You'll notice that there's an authentic bathhouse here, And what they do is they teach the history of what life was like in the 19th century and the different skills that they had. One of the nice things about coming out here is you can go to a museum and look at different things, but when you come out here, you actually get to see how it was done with people that are doing it.
You need to get back to camp,
Yes.
and we are in the civilian area, and you're
Absolutely. And I'm going to turn you over to a good friend of mine, John. They're all yours.
Okay.
And I got to go. I got to take care of some things for this evening in the candlelight tour that starts at 7 o'clock.
Well, as Dave said, we're in the civilian area. So what exactly does that mean?
Well, this would be representative of the civilian refugees from the war and during the Civil War. They would a lot of times would follow the camps and travel with them. They would acquire military tents and they'll set up the different camps, showing what civilian life on the road as a refugee would represent. Everybody loves to ask, is that a real fire? Yes, it's a real fire. Are you really cooking there? Yes. And yes, they really sleep in the tents.
So
They're playing the game Graces.
It's called Graces.
Graces.
It's a children's game. And the one child with the hoop is going to take their sticks and propel it to the other, and I'm going to have you just stand just a little. I'll move back.
And you need to catch it.
So I need to catch it with my sticks. Oh, not bad. Okay.
Get on back. Let's see if I can.
What another example of some of the period games that the kids can come out when they visit the park and they visit the reenactment that they're playing. It's kind of like a similar Jenga game there. You stack the bricks and you have some more Graces rings there.
The characters say, come on, and become part of it. And
Yes,
you're
that's-
learning and you don't even realize that you're
Exactly.
learning history.
Good point. Well, here's another good example of the kids when they come out to play. They can build their own forts and they can hold off the enemy troops as long as they're able.
Have fun.
And then we have a good example here of our cavalry camp where troops from throughout the state of Michigan will come and they'll bring their horses. And a lot of kids love to see the horses too. It's a lot of fun.
Well, John, thank you so much for showing
And
me
thank you.
the civilian life.
Well, I appreciate you coming by. Hope you guys had a good time. Make sure you get back out and walk around and see as much as you can.
Oh, I'm so excited.
As we did in the 1860s. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Here we've got a great example of how the whole family gets involved. They're all cooking together. I mean, because there's no TV or anything, video games to distract them, and they're just spending quality time together. So what is your role in all of this?
My name is Miss Simply Delicious, and I run the Wild Rose, which is a saloon, and we encourage people to come and visit us in the evening. My husband Rick is the chef.
Oh, the sheriff of the town, and
Yes.
your grandchildren are even here.
They're here to visit us. Yes, it's Troy and Blake, and they're here to enjoy.
Well, the Civil War reenactment gives you an idea of what life was like in the 1860s, and the Metro Parks give you an opportunity to get out and explore nature. Midtown Detroit provides the perfect canvas for Dlectricity. It's a nighttime contemporary light festival that literally lights up the streets, the bikes, the sides of buildings of Midtown Detroit. Well, it's so cool just being out on the streets. They've got it closed off for all the bikers, all the lights, all the people. This is like downtown is meant to be. And Midtown is making it shine tonight at Dlectricity because you can feel the electricity and everybody's out having fun, just enjoying the art. It's really a good place to be. The creativity here is mind-blowing, just some of the things these people have come up with.
I know, it's fantastic. We had over 360 different applications that came in where people were applying to be artists here and that representing 38 different countries. We also have a lot of Detroit artists as well. I mean, right here in this area, you can see some of our Detroit artists, and then we brought in a journalist from LA who's interviewing people about their Dlectricity experiences.
So cutting edge. The whole event is.
It's exciting. You know, it's really an intersection of art and technology. There's quite a few different robotic lit up sculptures that are around here. So the technology is here, but the arts are here as well. It is a curated festival, and we feel very proud about the works that we're showing.
Tell me, how big is it? How far does it
So
span?
it's about a mile footprint. So we started all the way up from the Detroit Institute of Arts, all the way down to the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. There are projects on every block.
Well, thank you so much, Anne Marie. I love what you've done with Midtown.
Oh, thank you.
Perfect canvas for it.
Thank you.
The engagement, the program itself is entitled POV, or Point of View. And what you're seeing on the front of the DIA and the library is a study of how people's perceptions are formed, all the way from childhood growing up. Is it media? Is it religion? Is it where you are? Is it how you do what you do? So it's really just a study in perception.
And the music, did you create the music behind it as well?
You know, we had a New Yorker come together and put the music together. Minefield is a creative media firm right here in Detroit. So we had, over a course of probably 3 or 4 months, about eight people working on this project.
Wow.
And then in the 4 or 5 days, of course, it's getting it all together here on site.
All right. Well, thank you so much, David.
My pleasure.
It's awesome. So are you having a good time down
I'm
here?
having a fantastic time. This is the way Detroit should be all the time.
I agree.
This is
electric, isn't it?
Yes.
Don't you just, you're feeding off of everybody and
the sounds, the people, the stuff coming off of Wayne State. It is just the most unbelievable thing I've seen down here.
So check this out, this is a huge lighted bike parade. We've got like thousands of people out here cycling the streets of Detroit. It's a 4-mile course. You register, you show up, you bring your light, you get some lights, and you just come out and have a good time. I'm gonna start checking out the lights. Woo! How much fun! I wish I was out on a bike.
Oh, come on down next time. It's a bunch of fun.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
I'm a big kid. It's one of the most funs I ever had.
All right, Superman.
Thank you.
Do you have a good time doing the whole 4 miles?
Yes, yes.
And are you hoping to win the craziest
hoping.
helmet? I like
I'm
it.
hoping.
Yeah. So I like your Barbie doll bike.
Thanks.
Did you name her that already?
No, I was going for pinkies.
For pinkies?
From the grease?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Grease Lightning. There you go.
Yep.
Well, you say you did the whole 4 miles. What do you think about Dlectricity? Having fun?
It's a blast. It's our first time and it's a blast.
This is pretty wild. A lot of the art here is really meant to incorporate you into part of the art. I feel like I'm being transported to outer space. So as you walk through here, what else is there than what you would expect? Interpretive art. Not quite sure the idea behind this, but it's compelling to watch nonetheless. Oh, she's sitting on a whoopee cushion. So even the marketplace here is kind of funky. Behind me in this big tent is the Detroit Design Festival, where they've got all these unique items you can decorate your home with, like the crazy wallpaper behind me. Carhartt's got some paraphernalia in there. It's just really neat things that you're not going to find at your average mall or anyplace else. It's a big TV set.
Yeah,
Very cool.
It borrows from a little bit from The name is from Mike TV, named after the character in Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, the original movie
yes,
with Gene
I love
Wilder.
the original one.
With Gene Wilder. And in that scene, Mike TV is miniaturized and transported to an other world, like into the small TV set. So we wanted people to be able to step into this otherworldly space and be broadcast from this event via Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram as people take photographs.
The whole reason why we do these things is because of our kids. We were in Dlectricity 2 years ago, and it was really the kids. We wanted to do something that was kid-friendly and have something in the city for kids, because we live here in the neighborhood, and we love it when there's public art pieces that our children can enjoy.
I'm on TV!
Are we coming in clear?
Mom, Dad, can you see us?
We're just kind of overwhelmed by everything, so we're just
taking it all in. I mean, there's a lot to see, right? A lot of excitement down, a lot of energy, right?
Yes.
Things that Detroit needed, and it's about time, and we're excited to be here.
Yeah, it is. And you brought your little one with you.
She brought mine. Say hi.
Hi, how are you? Maybe one day you'll have a piece out here. We can come look
she
at.
have her bike out here, something
Right.
like that, put some lights on it. Yeah.
Dlectricity, more art, more culture, and more electricity in the D. There are plenty of things to see and do in Metro Detroit this month, and our calendar of events is up next to point you in the right direction. Head to Shane Park for the funky and unique Universe Soul Circus, and Plymouth welcomes autumn with their Fall Festival. Visit Rochester's Art and Apples Festival. Then head to the Deli in the Alley Party for good eats and music. Greenfield Village revs up for the Old Car Festival. Then see the newest water trends at the Boating and Outdoor Festival. Step back in time at the Northville Victorian Festival. And Detroit Restaurant Week is back with discount dining. Explore historic Detroit sites on 2 wheels. Then keep a lookout for the city's creative side at the Design Festival. Learn about astronomy and go stargazing at the beach. Then pick up something eccentric at the funky Ferndale Art Fair. Journey on an epic quest at Marvel's Universe Live. Then dress the decades on the Ovation Yacht's last summer cruise. To learn of any changes, log on to visitdetroit.com or call 1-800-DETROIT. So check this out. If you haven't been to the Detroit Zoo in a while, we've got 3 great reasons to come visit. A good old-fashioned carousel ride, a brand new lion exhibit, and the Sphere of Science. So Ron, you've got some really neat new exhibits here at the zoo. For instance, the carousel. It's so neat, and it's all hand-carved, I understand.
Yes, it's wood, hand-carved. This is a very unique carousel. There's also brass, and it's lit up at night, really fabulous. We went a different route than most people do. We've got praying mantis, and we've got poison dart frogs. There's something called a cassowary, which is a very mysterious Australian bird, huge bird like an ostrich. So it's all a bunch of different animals and really a piece of art.
Again, all hand-painted. This is very unique.
Yeah, can you imagine carving a praying mantis, especially this big, and then all of this incredible painting?
Now, how many artists worked on this?
Well, there are quite a few, and we met them over the course of the year that they were carving, and so far everybody's loved it.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then there's, what 33 different animals, so kids have tons of choices.
Lots of choice. Some of them are really big, some of them are smaller so that they don't scare kids. Just puts a smile on everyone's face.
And so it's going to be open, what, April through October, that's the plan, right?
Right. Yeah, a little bit tough to do it in the winter.
Yeah.
This will also be available in the evenings for special events.
Okay. And then is this included with admission, or there's a little?
This is a $2 charge for the carousel.
That's not bad.
No.
Yeah. So what did you guys think about the new carousel ride here?
It was wonderful. It's absolutely fantastic to see it here at the Detroit Zoo.
We loved it. The girls had a really good time and a lot of different animals to choose from.
The new lion exhibit, you can get really close.
You can get really, oh my goodness, yes. She's not necessarily happy about that. They're getting used to being so close to people.
Yeah.
But before we had a big moat here, and put in this glass wall, which is 17 feet tall.
So how are they adjusting to the wall?
Well, great. I mean, you know, when they first came out, they took a look and sort of surveyed the area and wondered whether, you know, they had any opportunities, and they don't. So But they've been doing fine. It just, they're getting used to, just as we're getting used to being close to them, they're getting used to being close to people.
Yeah, I'd imagine the response from the public is pretty neat to be so close and personal to the lions.
People get very excited.
Yeah.
Now, what you're seeing is she's actually on a heated rock. It's not on right now, but in the winter time, there are some special areas here which are kind of warming spots for them. And then they have this great, wonderful carpet, basically, which is the lawn out there, and they have a pretty good life.
Yeah, they've got.
And they do what lions do in the wild, which is spend 90% of their time resting, and every now and then they get up and eat and drink.
It's great, and the lions seem to really enjoy it. They're out and really active today, which is always good when we bring the little ones.
Yeah, so he really seemed to be enjoying it too. Did you like being up close to the lions?
Do you like the lions, Wade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Mufasa.
Oh, just like Mufasa.
Oh. Simba.
This is science on a sphere. So if we were about 1,000 miles in space looking at Earth, we would see what's here, and it is a visual representation of Earth. We have several hundred different types of programs that show what's going on in the environment, which of course connects us to the animals here and the exotic places that they come from. And now let's turn it upside down and we'll show you the North. Here's the North Pole right here. Quick beginning of another program. This is also about
the desert.
No, this is actually about climate.
Okay.
And water and how they interact.
Oh, wow.
But you can see this is really incredible technology. There are 4 projectors projecting onto a sphere. The sphere is not moving. And then the computer bends the light so it fits properly and is seamless.
It feels like it's moving.
Yeah. Here you see the comparison between Earth and Mars and Venus and the Moon, and it's really, the possibilities are amazing. There's only one other zoo, and that's the National Zoo that has this. And then there are a number of science centers here and in other countries that have it, so we're all part of a network trying to make science a little more understandable.
Well, Ron, lots of great reasons to come visit the zoo again, which brings up a point that a lot of people sort of think of it as a summer attraction, but I want to know what makes it a destination during other seasons?
Well, not surprisingly, this place is all about nature, and nature is spectacular all year long. But you know, when you come here in the fall and the winter and the spring, it's different. Everything is different. The seasons change, the animals change. You know, you come here after a fresh snowfall, and you're likely to see the tigers playing in the snow, and you'll see wolverines doing snow angels, and the snow monkeys will be in their hot tub. You know, we should probably serve them drinks when they're in there. It's just, they have so much fun. And then, of course, you know, in the fall and the spring, this is so beautiful. There's so many gardens here, and the animals tend to be more active when it's cooler.
They do?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of great reasons to come to the zoo any time of year, and I want to say thanks so much, Ron.
Thank you for being here.
Things are happening in Detroit that are going to reinvent the American city.
Those of us who have been here a long time can tell you that it's never been more vibrant.
And it really represents the future, what the future can be and what the future is becoming.
Let's start at 5 a.m. We have joggers that are running through our state park, that are running on the riverfront.
I kind of like that Detroit has its own vibe right now. Like, it's awesome to be Chicago and it's awesome to be New York, but we kind of have like this underdog thing going on.
Visitors come in from out of town and they absolutely adore the city of Detroit.
When they get here, what they see is different than what they've come to expect.
We have a lot of people, especially our generation, who are doing everything we can to build it up.
So in a way, it feels like being in a kind of lively college town in the middle of Detroit.
It's really a very compact downtown and a very exciting one because it has so much great architecture, great cultural institutions.
Lots of restaurants, coffee shops.
There's walking, there's tours to do, there's museums to see, art.
We've got Campus Martius Park, one of the best urban parks in the United States.
The DIA, the Cultural Center.
We have a farmer's market.
It's easy to get from here to Campus Martius to Greektown, just walk all over the place.
The Fox Theater, the DAC.
There is so much to do in this city, and it's not like every other city.
All of us in downtown Detroit recognize that safety is the key to everything.
Come to Detroit and see for yourself.
You gotta see it to believe it. Well, that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Veronica Vance. And remember, if you would like more information on any of the places we visited, log on to visitdetroit.com. So until I see you next time, go out and explore on your own and discover the D. To learn about discounts and special offers for featured attractions, plus how to get copies of Visit Detroit magazine, click on visitdetroit.com.
Production funding for this program was made possible by the Detroit Metro Convention and Visitors Bureau, driving tourism growth in Metro Detroit since 1896. More information is available at visitdetroit.com.